What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to do another musical story time, or not story time, but uh, communication. And the song that I want to use today is Casey J's "I'm Yours," and this song just speaks to my heart. Um, I'm gonna use my computer over here, and then I'm gonna sing it. So just bear with me. If you see when I'm gonna try, I'm gonna bring it this way. Okay, there we go. But the song goes, so your song flows through my lips, your work move through my hands, your thoughts stay on my mind, live in me. Your song flows through my lips, your work move through my hands, your thoughts stay on my mind, live in me, and you can have all of me, have all of me, have all of me, 'cause I'm yours, and I'll give you all of me, all of me, all of me. I'm yours. And it's the part in there, it says, God hears all of me, give you all of me. And then the part that just continues to speak to my heart is once you get down towards the end of the song, your words my mouth, your thoughts my mind, your love my heart, here's all of me. Your words my mouth, your thoughts my mind, your love my heart, here's all of me. That song, I'm Yours, it speaks to my heart because so many I love that song. It talks about giving everything and belonging to God, like completely. And I think a lot of times we don't have that right at the top of our agenda of giving God everything or giving God our all. We only have a portion. Only some things God can be in. God can be in our finances because we want money. God can be in our relationships because who wants to be unhappy? But we don't want God to be in that area where if you have a porn addiction, or if you have a gambling addiction, or if you have a drug addiction. And in some of those times, not saying that we don't, sometimes we say, God, take control. And there's a few people, but not everybody says, God, you can be in every part, because we also use that excuse of saying, God knows my heart. Yes, he does know your heart. He knows it inside and out. He knows the secret places you go at night. He knows where you've taken yourself, places that you've attached in your mind of places that you want to go on a regular basis, but nobody else know. And I think a lot of times what we do is we forget about those things that we learned as a child. You remember when you were a teenager and how your parents or grandparents would say nothing good happens after midnight, or another one is what's done in the dark will come to light. But see, we want to wait until it comes to light. Other than that, we're squeaky clean if you ask us. Other than that, we don't have any issues. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with us. We're not suffering from anything. Everything's all good, and that's the excuse we use all the time, or a lot of the time. And everybody might not have that issue, but I know that a lot of people have that issue. I don't know why the inflect of my voice went up like that, but a lot of us do have that issue. We don't want to admit when things are wrong, but God, we want you to be in everything, but then not really. We want you to be in everything, but don't be at my job because right now I want to cuss these people out, or don't be truly, like, I want you in my relationship because I want to be happy, but don't be in my heart because I still want to get him or her told, or they don't ever do anything right, so I'm going to put them in their place, or because they can't make me happy, then it's okay that I go and commit adultery or this, that, and the other. We have all kinds of excuses of why we do things, but then we're quick to say, God, be in it, please. Please, I beg you, God. If you don't do nothing else, or I will never do this again if you fix this. We always have these scenarios of where we want God to do that thing, but then we don't really want him to do that thing. That we belong to him and that we're his completely and with everything in us, but there's always an area that's not, whether it's our situation we don't want to give to God. We're quick to give away or give God our finances. We're like, God, work in my finances, but we don't want him to actually work on the problems that we have, whether it's an addiction, like say if you were addicted to drugs or alcohol or pornography or sex, whatever it is that you're addicted to. A lot of times we don't want to give those things over. Or even if we have issues within our family, we don't always want to give over it and ask God. We say, God, take my kid or take my husband, but do we ever ask him to take our heart? Do we ever ask him to fix our heart? Because a lot of times it's our perception of things that cause us the most pain and suffering, because we see it one way when it might be a totally different way. But the thing is it's about how we perceive it. And then also, we want to give or we want to give God, our job because we want a promotion. But where is it in there that we ask God to work on those areas that are hidden, that nobody knows about? Do we ask him to work on our like I said earlier, our heart? Do we ask him to work on our mindset? Because how many times when people say things to us, we get offended and we get frustrated, whatever it is. There's so many areas, but this song, it just speaks to me because I know that, throughout my life, I haven't always given everything to God. And like I always say, I always give this disclaimer: I'm not perfect. I'm not without flaw. I'm not without sin. So I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think any of these things. I just know, just like you may know in your life and in your heart, that God has a special place that he holds in you, and that he's taught you so much. You've been taught so much, but we hold on to our gifts. And so that's why I do this YouTube. Thank you for my followers, or even the people that don't follow me but have watched it or listened to any of my posts. I pray that it's really speaking to your heart, that you really hear the God in me. And I want you to learn through my constant, I won't say I have a whole lot of issues or situations or anything like that. I just hope that you're learning from these messages, lessons, talks, whatever we want to call them, that God places on my heart, and that might be an area that we might need God to work in, because I promise you, a year ago, I've always talked about it to myself, or I even spoken with somebody about doing it as a team thing, but it wasn't for the will of God. It was just to do something else. But it's fear. We can ask God to work in the fear that lives in us. We can ask God to work in the self-image that we have, that we allow to have taken over our mindset of how we view things and how we see things, or how we think we're seen. Again, earlier, like I was talking about, I said something about our perception of ourselves play a big part. So we need God to work in every area. I just continue to say this. I need God to work on from the ends of every hair on my head, and even the ones that's not mine. And I need God to work from the ends of those to the very soles of my feet, everything in between. I need him to work on it. And I pray that this blesses you, and that you've taken this time and say, God, I need you to work on all of me. I give it all to you. I'm yours. I want everything that I say be the will of God and the words of God. I want all the thoughts that come in my mind to be God-centered. And we know that a lot of times our mindset, our thoughts, the little committee that's in our mind that speaks to us, or that speaking, you've watched Inside Out. So, all those different things that we have going on inside, that, ultimately everything falls back on God and not on man in the world. Not goes to the place of where you want to cuss people out, or where you want to go off on people, but where you want to just start saying, I pray for you. Or you don't even have to say it, just start praying for people. Pray for your enemies, pray for everybody. I pray that this blesses you. We want to give God our attitude, our mindset, our thought processes, our words, the things that we allow ourselves to see, what we allow ourselves to hear, whatever it is. We just give it all to God. And like the song says, I'm yours. And me saying that, I'm talking about God, not you. Anyway, I pray this bless you. I hope to see you again. Most of all, I say, love hard, love long, love strong, love always. Stay blessed. See you next time.